without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first keynote speaker, Jasmine Figueroa. Jasmine, a high school senior, is a dedicated youth leader in substance misuse prevention, named the 2023 Kansas Youth Leader of the Year and the 2023 Next Generation Leader. She serves on the Resist Youth Council, overseeing state chapters and prevention toolkits. As youth leader for Central Kansas Partnership Youth Crew, she organizes prevention events in Barton County. Jasmine's leadership has earned her the 2022 HOSA Chapter Member of the Year and the 2024 Outstanding Achievement Award. A recipient of the Give Something Back Full Ride Scholarship, she plans to pursue medicine and public health in college. She recently joined CADCA's National Youth Advisory Council to contribute to national prevention efforts as well. Let's give Jasmine a round of applause.
Thank you, Georgina. Let's make sure it's good. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I am so glad to see that you all woke up on time and made it, because that was my biggest fear last night. I set an alarm on my computer, on my phone, on my watch, on the TV, on the hotel room, because my biggest nightmare is my very first prevention conference, which was CADCA in Orlando a couple years back. I slept through all of my alarms the very first night, the very first morning, so that was a big fear. I'm glad you guys made it, and I'm glad I made it. So, a little background context on me. I'm from Great Bend, Kansas, which is in Barton County, and I'm a senior at Great Bend High School, and my journey began when I was walking downtown in Great Bend the summer going into my freshman year, so summer of 2021. I was walking by a candy shop, and there was a poster that said, "Hey, do you want to be a leader in your community?" And I've been a part of two big communities. So for 6 years, I lived in Mexico, and for 12 years that I've lived here. So I've always known that I love people, and I love the people in my community, no matter where I go. So I began that journey about 4 years ago, because I'm a senior now, so that was going into my freshman year. And over the years, I've also given my time to other organizations. In 2022, I started serving on the council for Resist with KDHE, Kansas Department of Health and Environment. This is my second term serving as HOSA President, Future Health Professionals. If you don't know what that is, check them out, because they do great work. And I most recently joined CADCA on their National Youth Advisory Council. So, I've been a part of Youth Crew for about 4 years now, and Youth Crew began actually that summer, so they were founded in 2021, and Youth Crew is a community coalition funded by a drug-free communities grant, but do not let community fool you, because we don't serve one just community, but we serve a whole county. So Barton County includes Hoisington, Ellenwood, Great Bend, Claflin, and other cities in there too. So when you think about Great Bend, well, we have Great Bend High, Great Bend Middle, 5 public elementary schools, 2 private, and our age groups are from 6th through 12th grade, even though we have some 5th graders. So think about 5 schools, the public ones, the 2 private ones, a middle school, a high school, and that's just Great Bend. And we also have Hoisington, we have Ellenwood, we have Claflin, so we have a lot of work on our hand, and our main focuses in Youth Crew are marijuana and alcohol. But when you're talking about youth, you're talking weed. That's not all I see. We talk about bullying, we talk about emotional well-being, so all the things that entails in someone's daily life. So out of all the things that I could talk about, why did I want to talk about Youth Crew specifically? And it's because I think our chapter has a very big component of the puzzle when you talk about youth and prevention work, and that is training. We train our youth. We have, like I said, 5th graders all the way up to seniors, and we train them on SBS, logic models, community mapping. Tyler Morton, our prevention advocate, does a great job at starting with the very simple. So when we talk about logic models, I know that can be sometimes really hard to explain to younger crowds. We talk about cavities. We talk about, okay, how do we get cavities? Okay, sugar and carbs on the teeth, right? Okay, where are we getting the sugars? Okay, candy. Where is the candy coming from? So, we've all seen the logic model. So kind of explaining it with simpler things. That way we can, later on bring drugs into that logic model. Like, where are they getting it? Is it social access? Is it parents? Starting with something really simple and building on that. And then most important is we also train at conferences. So we attend mid-year every year with CADCA, and they do a great job teaching us about a variety of topics. My first mid-year was the one I slept in with in Orlando. That was back the summer of 2022 in Orlando, and I've been to Dallas, and then last year Chicago, which was the best one I've been to. That was great. But they train you. So like the first year, it was just me and Caitlin Sigler. And I went in, I was like, okay, I kind of know what Youth Crew does. I kind of learned, I've been here for a couple months. But after that conference, I don't know about you guys, but after any conference, I leave like on a high. And I'm like, I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about that. And I'm just so excited to go back and share stuff with my coalition and my group and begin on working on new initiatives. I feel like we've all felt that high, and I hope you leave Friday with that high, So I also realized high is probably not the best word I should be using for this, but that thrill. But that thrill. So then, second year of mid-year, there was a group of 5, and it was me and some younger kids and a college student now. And they left with that same thrill of, I know and I'm empowered by Kadga and my mentors that I know what I'm talking about. They've trained me, and before, you're a little bit hesitant on what you do and don't know, but they train you and they empower you, and you're like, this is exactly, and you have that ability to talk about that. You know what you're talking about, you're confident afterwards, and you're like empowered to go do that. And same thing last year, we took about 10 kids last year, and we came home, and we have Micaiah Weber, who that public speaking wasn't, one of the greatest strengths in our group, so now she wants to work on public speaking because she learned how to do that, and now she's going to do it. We have Ransom Lindsay and his group who did a great work on the logic model, and they're like, okay, we learned how to do this, so we're going to bring it back and show our other peers in middle school, 5th graders, 6th graders, even us, how to do it. So they go in a little bit scared, but they come out on a completely different base. And even myself, I'm like, even this conference, I'm going to leave a completely different person with so much more knowledge. And a big aspect of Youth Crew is that it is youth-led. So it is youth-led, so which means that every single event that you're seeing, every single initiative that we have in Barton County, someone came up with it, whether it was me, Branson, Micaiah, Damien, whatever youth is in our group, we came up with it because we are youth-led, adult-supported, adult-mentored. So, we come up with the ideas. We're like, okay, this is what we want to do, how, and then Tyler and Mercy usually bring us back down. They're like, okay, well, who's going to do it? Where's the money coming from? So we got to think about the logistics of it. But the youth come up with everything, and a big part of that component is they know the problems based off the community map. So I'm confident to tell you, if you were to go up to any of our high school crowd in Youth Crew and be like, hey, here's a map of your community, do the hot spots, what resources they have, they would be 100% confident telling you this is the hot spot, these are the root causes, this is what we're going to do, right? And then based off of that, they'll plan. So we have Lay Off Tobacco, which we bought Hawaiian Lays. We went to high school, we presented the meaning behind them. And kids, it was a big impact because kids took them home. We didn't think about they're going to wear them to Spirit Days in the upcoming years. They're going to take them to homecoming. They're going to put them on their car, front mirror. So then every time they see that, they think of, okay, Lay Off Tobacco, my Hawaiian Lace. So that's just not that day, but through the upcoming years, they're going to see that and associate that. We also do a kickball tournament, Kick the Habit, and it had about 200 kids. It's an annual thing that we try to do. About 200 people came at our sports complex, and we had the police department come out and play. We have brackets because there's 5th and 6th graders, there's middle schoolers and seniors, and of course the seniors be all of us. And I think I was a freshman back then, and I was not very happy about that. But it was soccer boys, so who else is going to kick the ball where I can't reach it? Soccer boys. But whoever wins that bracket will go on to play the police department. But events where they know the slogan, the kids know how to engage their peers, they know what matters. So by them getting trained and knowing this is something that's affecting our community, they can come up with a slogan, they can come up with something that has a take home, which is a big aspect of it. That association, taking something home and associating that slogan with something in their lives. And most importantly, is Youth Crew empowers kids, and I have the first-hand experience of that. When I first started, I was just looking for a leadership opportunity. I didn't know much about prevention work, and now I'm 100%, I can talk about prevention work and public health all day to anybody, because I'm I've been trained to do this, I'm confident in what I'm talking about. And I know, for example, last week, not only is it empowering kids in prevention, but last week, I don't know if you guys seen it on the news, maybe if you live in Wichita, but last week, Great Bend was struggling with a lot of threats with gun safety on social media and that kind of stuff. And I thought of people at the middle school. It was big at the middle school, and I thought of, okay, yeah, I'm a little bit down on it, and I mean, it does worry me, but I'm I think of the kids in Youth Crew that are in middle school, and I know they're just a ball of joy, and they're being that difference in their schools of like, okay, maybe it's a bad situation, but I have that confidence through trainings, through just being in youth crew, where I can radiate that joyness and that positivity even through a bad situation. So thinking of my peers in those situations, it just makes the difference. So if I leave you with something today, it's to train your kids and build them up, because these are just young kids looking for an opportunity, and they just need that one person to say, I believe in you, I'm going to help you, let me help build you up. And they really do have the power to build them up. Like I said, I was just looking for an opportunity to do something in my community, and there is many, many kids in every aspect, whether it's not just prevention, but like anything, whether that's bullying, social emotional help, like anything. There are kids waiting for you to offer them that opportunity, and you, by giving them little insights, training them, it will amaze you what they will do. And I'm firsthand experience of that, like just looking for an opportunity. So I believe in you, that you can go do that in your community and find youth who will give you that hope and be that hope for your community. So I would just say empower people, help train your kids to do a change in their community. And here's my last saying: when you invest in their growth, they will rise not just as individuals, but as leaders who inspire others. Because when you train them, they will go train their peers. They will go make a difference in their community. So train youth, train yourself, because that is the ultimate way to empower yourself and empower others. Thank you.